I'm Jim Siebert with Pride Restoration, and when you've had a disaster in your home or your business, a lot of times people aren't sure who they should use or who they could use. So here's your right of what you can do as a policy owner and as a building owner of that property. You are absolutely free to use whoever you want. So if you have a friend, a nephew, a relative, or you yourself have a construction business and you want to do the work yourself, you are absolutely entitled and have the right to do that work on that property. And a lot of times the insurance companies will try to refer somebody themselves and say, hey, we have a preferred vendor, part of our network, and we use all the time, and we like them to do the work. However, when you think about this, why would the insurance company feel like they should send or use their company? What's in it for the insurance company and what's in it for you? Well, for the insurance company, they're going to benefit because they're going to use somebody that is going to be looking out for the insurance company and not looking out for you as the policy holder or property owner. So to think about that, you really want somebody that's in there that doesn't have your best interest at heart? Absolutely not. You want someone that's going to be there and do what is best and not cut corners, make shortcuts, and try to impress a third party that's paying the bill. Now, the person doing the work still has an obligation to do the job correctly and not inflate the work, but it's got to be done to make sure you're happy with the work and that it's justified, documented of what was done and why it was done. And you're absolutely free to use who you want. And this is the big misconception. So just remember, you are in charge. As the owner of the building, the policy holder of that property, you have the right to use who you want on that job. And you really should pick that person if you know somebody that you feel more comfortable with. Do not rely on an insurance company or adjuster saying you have to use their company, because in the end, it may not turn out. They may even tell you things such as, well, we're going to guarantee their work. Now, if you look at the language on a policy, the insurance company really cannot guarantee the work of another company. They may even send you an estimate, and on the front of the estimate, it will say words like, we cannot guarantee the work of the contractor. So if you hear something said, unless it's in writing, don't listen to what was just said. Make sure they put it in writing with an email to you or in some kind of other written format. If you are leaning that route, thinking they're going to guarantee something, got to be in writing. Don't take the spoken word. Okay, just make sure you protect yourself, because it is your property. Could be your biggest asset you own. So make sure it's done right, and you are in charge of the job, of how it's taken care of. A preferred vendor is somebody that has lined up with an insurance company, and they're oftentimes doing the work for a reduced rate of pay in exchange for volume, in exchange for lots of jobs, lots of calls. And this company may be good, it may not be good, but the insurance company is not looking at as somebody that is necessarily more qualified than somebody else. They're looking at somebody that has agreement in writing that they have agreed to charge less on the job, and there's extra requirements of documentation they may need to do over and above what may be necessary by your contractor. And if they're doing it for less rates, less price, and then sometimes also giving a discount as well on top of it, off that job. So basically it kind of puts a preferred vendor, you think about it, in a disadvantage, that they're having to do this job for less money. And so they're going to try to figure out a way to cut some costs of their own, which will be not to your benefit when you're looking at preferred vendors. So preferred vendors, like I said, are a lot of insurance companies use them. You're not required to use that person. And like I said, and you need to ask that preferred vendor, are they there to make sure you're happy or make sure the insurance company's happy? Absolutely. If you ever have questions about what you should do in any situation, call us and ask us. We'd be happy to give you our free advice and tell you what we think and give you our honest opinion of your situation, and if it's best, is the person they're sending out, are they going to do a great job? I don't know. There's a lot of companies out there. Some do very good work and some don't. And so I'd be happy to answer any question anyone ever has about the situation. If you feel like you're being pushed by an insurance company or an adjuster to use somebody and you don't feel comfortable with that situation, you are allowed to terminate that relationship as you are the policyholder. And just make sure you get it in writing, and you let the company know in writing and the insurance company know in writing that you would rather not have that company back in your home anymore and you can use somebody else.